My research interests revolve around maternal and infant health, infant growth and development, and the use of different types of approaches from endocrinology, or the study of hormones, as tools that we can use to answer questions about human biology. I also teach a number of graduate level courses. Some of them include things like evolutionary medicine, mothers, babies, and food, and hormones and behavior. I'm the principal investigator of a project that we're calling HERO-G, and that's an acronym that stands for Hormonal and Epigenetic Regulators of Growth. What this project did is we followed moms from very early pregnancy. We took ultrasound measures of their baby's growth during gestation, and then starting when those babies were a week old, we measured them every other day until they were a year old. The study is taking place in rural West Africa, so in a place of the world where we truly don't know very much about how children grow, yet this is probably one of the most important questions we can ask when we're trying to figure out how might we get them to grow better.
My research interests focus on conservation of primates in Southeast Asia, specifically and more broadly biodiversity conservation in general. Primate evolutionary biology is probably my favorite class to teach. That's a course that focuses on the natural history of our order, and it jumps back and forth between modern animals and extinct animals. The modern animals inform us on how we can interpret the biology behavior of extinct creatures, and the extinct creatures provide us a framework for understanding natural history. I've been working over the last 15 years on a conservation program for a critically endangered animal called the Tonkin snub-nosed monkey. Lives in northernmost Vietnam, has a global population of no more than 250 animals, is not held in captivity anywhere in the world, and it's an animal that's on the brink of extinction. And I'll be going to Hanoi in Vietnam in about 6 weeks, where we'll be talking with the central government to establish a country-wide conservation action plan for this species.
I'm very interested in how anthropogenic effects and climate effects are affecting primate ecology and behavior. So I study lemurs as well as bush babies, and trying to look at sort of how human-induced as well as natural variability affects their behavior and ecology. I teach a course on primate behavior, so if students are really interested in understanding not just about primates, but actually how we are primates as well, and that we fit in that primate order, they get a lot of chances to learn how to understand themselves better as well as primates in general. So my current research project is in South Africa, and it's at a site, it's a high altitude site, so it's actually very cold and temperate. It's not like a tropical environment. We know about primates that live in tropical environments, but we know very little about how primates are able to exist in places where it actually gets really cold. We're using a lot of kind of high-tech technology, assess their thermoregulation in terms of using these kind of high-end thermal cameras, because we know the environment is either getting colder in some places or warmer in other places. We're trying to get insight into how the primates are able to actually deal with that kind of variability that's coming more and more into our reality.
I'm interested in the ecology of animals, large and small, of Africa, both living ones and the ones that have been long dead. I teach Intro to Biological Anthropology, Early Hominin Paleoecology, which is sort of about the environmental, the ecological circumstances of human evolution. I teach courses on the human fossil record. One of the big projects that I'm really excited about is we're trying to develop new ways to improve our ability to do radiocarbon dating and various types of paleodietary analysis, maybe even paleogenetics. Right now, people often have to spend days, weeks, even months preparing bones at sites to try to figure out, what are these few that are actually going to work, right, for radiocarbon dating. We want to replace the work of months to an afternoon. In doing so, we could really change, I think, the kinds of questions we ultimately can ask of collections.
One distinctive aspect about our program is we do have a common theme of the environment and ecology, so that while we may be talking about the teeth of Australopithecines from 2 million years ago, or talking about modern humans living in the Gambia, we have a common theme of ecology.
I think we have a really dynamic faculty, and they again have strengths in so many different areas.
We're extremely field-oriented and very active. We're not a bunch for sitting around. As if they're people who want to get out there, be very field active. We're a good department from that perspective.
In addition, our faculty are engaging in hands-on research that really matters, not only within our discipline, but within the world more broadly. So for students to be able to understand how you connect these big questions in the classroom with doing something about it in the real world, that's what they could get here at CU.